Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Angelina. What day is
Good
it?
morning. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday
And
tips.
and
Let's get
what
a
have
topic on the table.
Tuesday's tips? What's the topic for today?
Well, today we are, as the month carries through, we are still acknowledging and honoring and saluting our queens that have made a difference. Empowerment Women's Day, but for the whole month, for the entire month.
Because that's how
So
we roll. We
that's
don't
how
do it just
we go.
one day,
Not
all
one
month
day, one
long.
week that. So we've had an awesome month, and I don't want it to stop here. We're hoping that Miss Winona Hollins Hague is going to join us, but who we have right now, I'd like to bring Miss Carmelle Bias to the table. She is stomping the yard in Tacoma and King County, and I'm just excited for this networking queen guru to join us. And I want to salute you. You are saluted.
Ooh, yes.
Woo! Hi,
Thank
Queen. How you doing
you.
this morning?
Good, good. I want to thank you this morning for having me on. This is definitely a blessing to be able to be a part of your show this morning and just be able
Awesome.
to network with other women and connect this morning. So thank you so much for this time.
Oh, it's an honor and a pleasure, as usual. But sometimes we get stuck on serving in our heads, and some think that we serve only by passing out leaflets or marching. And those are the ways that we serve. But some of us, like you, Queen, you serve by bringing other groups together and
Yes.
act as a sounding board and a networking tool. And I just want to salute you and honor you today. And we know that International Women's Day is the 8th of March, but we carry it all the way through. I'd like you to share just a little bit about yourself. I mean, how much can you share in this short time? But I'd like you to share about what you do and how we can get in touch with you and where you are. Can you do
Yes.
that for everyone?
Yes, I would love to share my story with you. So, again, my name is Carmelle Bias, CEO and founder of the Women in Business Expo Group. I'll tell you, I started this organization back in February of 2015. So, it's been just over 6 years that I've been doing this. But was definitely inspired, from being a business owner myself. Prior to being CEO and founder of Women in Business Expo Group, I owned an online healthcare beauty boutique where I sold hair pieces for women who've lost their hair to chemotherapy. Was actually how I got started. And one thing it is I noticed is that when I was out networking and building relationships, or attempting to build relationships at that time, I wasn't really connecting with the people. I was going out and collecting business cards and trying to get my business off the ground and working really diligently, but was not building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I said was, I said, you know what? I said, after I finish this online healthcare beauty boutique, and I go into the nonprofit sector, I said, I really want to build relationships with other women and
Right.
show the world, that women are not catty, that it can be friends, that we can build relationships, that we can support and empower each other as women, as Black women, as African American women, that we can, build these relationships. And so
Absolutely.
yes, in 2015, that was when I started Women in Business Expo Group, and that was the vision of the organization, was really to support and empower business-minded individuals by providing resources that develop leadership skills and enhance healthy personal and professional growth. So definitely stepped out there and started building relationships with
Love
other
it.
women, and just networking, and supporting other women in their business and what it is that they're doing. And I've been doing that for the last 6 years. So exciting work. I'm always meeting new women, always connecting, and women from all ethnic backgrounds is who I work with. So it's definitely been exciting work for the last 6 years.
Carmel, that sounds wonderful. I know I've had the pleasure of attending your group works as well as being a speaker. And as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month, we have another guest to add to the panel. So let's bring everyone in and we'll keep sharing. So, Angelina, guess who else is in the house today?
Who's here? Tell me.
Miss Winona Hollins Hague in
Ooh,
the house. Hi, Miss
yeah!
Winona. How you doing?
Yes.
Miss
Auntie Noni. Hello. How are you? Can she
Oh,
be frozen?
oh, okay, Miss
Oh
Winona.
no.
No, you're
Hello.
here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Queen. Are we delayed?
I don't know what's happening, Miss Winona. We see your beautiful face this morning. Can you hear us?
Good morning, Angie.
Yes, she can.
Here. So I know a lot of your legacy and your mother's legacy and just aunts. You are the ultimate in my eyes, and I would love it if you would share with the public who you are and what you have going on.
Well, it's just an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be here this morning, to be welcomed in. I am Winona Hollins Hague, and I'm a community servant, is how I would best describe myself. I am trained, actually was trained with Angela Bundy's mother in the graduate program at the University of Washington. We are master's level clinical social workers and therapists. And basically, I have carried that on into my life, into my lifestyle. I am right now currently retired, but I continue to have my practice only in a consulting role these days. And it's mostly helping to be what I call a community activist, a servant leader, working within my church, my faith-based institutions, working with social agencies. I am the chair of the NCNW Social Justice Committee. I'm also on the board of the Central Area Senior Center. So I carry a lot of purpose with that assignment because the center was a place where my late mother, used to spend a good deal of her time exercising and trying to be healthy and also dancing and working with the seniors. And so I have picked up that legacy where she left off. I've also picked up a legacy where my late aunt, Jacqueline Jones Walsh, a very highly prized community servant leader, led in many ways with National Council of Negro Women, NAACP, and many other organizations. And I've just been blessed to just be a conduit for our family to just keep the legacy out there of people that are servant leaders trying to help. Again, I'm just honored to have an opportunity during Women's History Month to be interviewed along with Carmelle Bias. She had just such a great resume, and it was very interesting hearing the work that she's doing down south, I'd say, because I'm up north here in Seattle. And again, I'm just honored to be on here. And of course, family is important. And so just the family, like Lena Bundy, working in media and a bigger platform for African American and other women. And so thank you.
Honey, we salute you. Wow. I just love you, and you are so dynamic. You stay serving, and I'm so proud of you and honored to know you. But you've always been that. You've always been that in my view. And it's just I couldn't believe, even in retirement, that you would have enough time in your busy schedule of serving to come on and offer a tip. So I wanted to ask you ladies one simple question. Two simple questions. Who was the most inspirational in getting you started? What woman would you pay tribute to? And what would you say to someone trying to get into where you've been and where you are? Those two questions.
All right. I'd like to go first, if that's okay. The most woman that's been inspirational, I guess, in my life, I can say, has been my grandmother. Both my grandmothers, I'll say. My grandmother was a true saleswoman. She was all about business. And she taught me a lot about money, finances, the importance of money management, balancing family and God. So she's been super inspirational in my life, a great support. Like I said, both my grandmothers have been. So I pay homage to them for sure, for all their love and support, encouragement, and just being that backbone of the family. So both of my grandmothers, I give them them the honor. And then also too, you said, and your second question was,
what would you say as a word to someone else trying to get into the industry, your industry, your workplace, your venue? How do you bring them along? Bring them forward.
Yeah, how I definitely bring others along is just by showing them, is being that support for them, is being that positive energy, that vibe it is that we all need, just showing the love, and one thing it is that I tell people is I say, build a relationship and the money will come, so when we look at the relationship first and how we can be a help, how I can support you, what can I do to move you forward and help you grow, everything else comes along behind that, so I always encourage, support, inspire, and uplift, and I believe that's probably why, I in our organization, I have over 400 women it is that I support with, connect with, if it's via email, text message, whatever it is, and continue just showing that love and support for women of all ethnic backgrounds, to continue the growth in moving. So that's what it is that I do, is I show the love, support, uplift, and remind them, build the relationship and the money will come.
Build it and they will come. That's right.
Yes.
Auntie Nona, share a word with us. Let us know.
Yes.
Who inspired you? I mean, you're so dynamic, and you've been in these stomping grounds a long time and paved the way for a lot of clinicals, a lot of masters in social work and educational. I know this to be true. So I want to know who inspired you? Who was your biggest inspiration?
Well, I again agree with Camille. Definitely, my mother was the first inspiration that I've had, that I can say in terms of building a legacy of speaking truth. My mother has always been the kind of woman that would, she had integrity, a lot of integrity, a lot of willpower. She actually went back to school and finished her GED up at Central in her 50s. And, again, she didn't have to do that. But then after that, she started her own child care business, so, those are the kinds of things I've seen women actually move on their truth and say, I'm going to be someone outside of Mrs. Hollins. I'm going to be Vera Hollins. And within that, and that kind of inspiration is kind of carried over for me and for my sister, who is also independent and a lawyer, has her own practice. And so we've both had our own practices. I've had offices in Madison Park, all here in Edmonds, in my private practice. And now, again, where I'm moving to is more policy. So I'm using my affluence and influence these days, talking to our legislators, making sure that the issues of the day, the current issue I think we'll get to in a moment. That's my call to action now. One is healthcare. We were able to successfully just recently vaccinate over 1,600 of our seniors in our underrepresented seniors in a project that we did here. And Tawanda Hill can be again given some credit for that, because she worked with Diane Ferguson at the ED at the Central Area Senior Center and worked with us to help bring the awareness to the community that this opportunity was there. But we worked closely with the mayor's office, and I've been asked, and so has Diane, the ED for Central, we've been asked to do some public service announcements now for King County and for the city of Seattle, to make sure that others know that it's very important to reach out to underserved populations who don't know they can't get on the internet to find the appointment because they don't know all of this is happening. So I guess whatever it is that I can do, my mother did and I do, to bring forward opportunity for others. So we're just like a helping spirit. I see myself as a helping spirit. And the second part of your question was, well, basically, what are we doing with that now? And again, I say that there are ways that we can empower each other. One is just making sure that we communicate and that we realize that the technological revolution is great for some, but it's leaving other seniors and others behind. And so when you realize that there's a gap there of information and access to information, that could cause lives, and it is causing lives in the African American community. So I say what we should do is continue to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. And so doing that, I use my platforms, and you may also know that my other private platform, or my favorite other thing that I do, is I'm a radio announcer,
Yes,
and a music broadcast, a DJ, I guess you could
yes,
probably best describe it. But I have a gospel show, and I
yes,
believe that the music inspires other people, other women, other
absolutely.
people, to know that there's inspiration. And then also, I also have a blues show where you could just dig with those blues that tell the
Oh, see,
story
it's
of
so
all the trials and tribulations that got people to where they are. So on Wednesday nights and on Saturdays, if you go to kbcs.fm, you will be a part of an experience that I have. That's my pastime for fun and engagement.
yeah.
So
And we
I
reach
use
people.
whatever platform I have to give
Right.
information.
I love it. I love it. And I mean, I know that I can't even imagine who knew that we would be doing video and media to reach the public. And so the fact that you have taken time to reach back and to make sure that a certain unrepresented group is served, I love it. I see you online and I'm just like so in awe. I'm like, I know her. Okay, that's my mom's BFF. They served way before serving. And I remember Miss Vera and all her work and efforts. And so I'm just honored. And Carmelle, this is our first time, but it won't be our last. I'd love to
Yes.
be involved with joining. And how do people reach you all? I understand about retirement, but your journey's not done and your work isn't done. And I'm so thankful that you continue to serve. But how do people reach you both?
Yes, so for Women in Business Expo Group, you can simply go to our Facebook page. They can definitely connect with us there. Again, that's Women in Business Expo Group. And this is where I put up all upcoming events, what's going on, kind of information there. But if they want to connect directly with me, they can definitely reach out to the email womeninbusinessexpogroup@yahoo.com.
What's your very next event? I remember you sharing with me in the green room, the virtual green room. I hope you guys enjoyed the spread we had for you.
Yes, yes.
Virtual coffee was absolutely wonderful. But look, I know that you have, I'm sorry, it's slipping my mind, investor group coming up.
Yes.
What day and time, and who's hosting that with you?
Yes, so April 14th, this is our part 2. So we did this financial series called Girl, Get Your Money Right. So we're encouraging everyone to get their money right this year. This is the time. So April 14th at 11 a.m., this is an online event. That to Win is going to be our guest speaker at that event. So we're going to be talking about real estate investing, plus much more. I'm super excited about this event. Like I said, this is a part 2. So just looking for everybody to come on out. They can, like I said, go to the Facebook page, take a look at the event there. It's posted up there. Also, too, I want to let you know, I believe it's April 28th. I will have Mr. Ezell Stevens from Heaven Sent Fried Chicken. He's going to be our guest speaker that event. So a number of things coming up to just keep us connected as business owners, providing resources and information, and just inspiring us to keep moving forward, keep pressing on.
Winona, your turn. Let the people know how they can reach out to you and support, and how they can reach you.
Yes, well, basically, I would just, again, as we're closing, I would just want to, again, thank you, the Bundys, for making this possible, this platform possible, and particularly Angelina, because I'm so proud of you. I see where you are. I see you speaking truth. I see you using the millennial approach to reaching out there and educating and bringing along the seniors and the others. You're doing what I'm doing, but you're doing it with a 21st century platform. And I so appreciate it. And I'm so proud of you. And I know those angels up there, my mother and your mother, are all, and your grandmother, who was a pioneer of all of this. I know that they're looking down and are so proud of you and what you're doing. And if you want to reach me, usually you're reaching me through any social platform that I'm working on, social service leadership. One of them is right now we're doing the COVID-19 at Mount Zion Mount Zion, spell it out, mountzion.net, COVID-19. And we are, again, working to help people find appointments to get vaccinated. The other resource that I'm working through is the Central Area Senior Center. We are, again, making sure that we own and operate. It is totally Black owned and operated, or senior owned and operated. And we're proud of that. And again, we are very interested in making sure that seniors can come up and make sure that they get a chance to be in the activities. Today we have a meeting at 1:30 to start making sure when we're going to open up the center again, and strategize in ways to keep seniors healthy and informed. And so my mission and my passion now is being put behind the Central Area Senior Center and the seniors that we serve. So you can reach me there. And finally, if you're into music, you can always go to kbcs.fm or 91.3 FM. And
91.
every Saturday, I co-host with Onit Harris, and we co-host every Saturday morning, 7 to 9 a.m., the Gospel Highway. Or you can join us on Wednesday nights for the blues. So again, it's an opportunity and a privilege to say to you young people, keep going, keep making us proud. And again, there are just three things I want to leave with you. And one is continue to be courageous, continue to be decisive, and continue to be steadfast, staying connected to the Lord. So that's all I have.
Yes. Yes. Boy, I agree.
Yeah.
We are blessed and honored by your words of wisdom, and I appreciate you. I'm excited to hear about that. I'm surprised that that we got your time and honored. You know, I'm in awe. Thank you so much. And Queens, we salute you. And we thank you, and thank you for being an international woman that is serving. All right. I'll be with both of you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.